Ask questions to compare and contrast. Setting. Who can replace a man?
All right, let's get right into today's explainer. Our Unit 2 objective is pretty clear. We're going to ask purposeful questions to compare and contrast settings and test inferences. It sounds a bit formal, but it's actually an incredible tool for unlocking any story.
So let's start with setting. People usually just think of it as a background, right? Like a painted movie set. But actually, setting is the time, place, social context, and conditions that actively shape what characters can and cannot do. It's essentially the ultimate rulebook for the world they live in.
Now, to analyze those settings like a real pro, we have to put on our detective hats. We need to clearly distinguish an observable detail from an inference.
Think of an observable detail as simply an explicit fact. It's something that is directly shown right there in the text. You could literally point your finger at it on the page.
An inference, though, is a bit different. It's a logical conclusion that you draw. But, and this is absolutely crucial, it has to be completely supported by that explicit fact you just found. You aren't just guessing, you're following the evidence.
Let's test this out with a model. Picture Maya sitting in a quiet, windowless community archive. Got it? Now contrast that with Jordan, who is hanging out in a crowded, sunlit bus terminal. First up, we lay our observable details side by side. We have Maya's quiet, windowless room going up against Jordan's crowded, sunlit terminal. Those are our explicit facts.
Next, we draw our inferences right from those facts. Maya's environment heavily suggests deep, isolated focus, right? You don't go there to chat. Meanwhile, Jordan's setup suggests transient, public movement. Everyone is on the go. But we absolutely have to prove it. We name our evidence. The complete lack of windows and noise is exactly what supports Maya's isolation. On the flip side, the bright sun and bustling crowds entirely back up Jordan's transient state.
So how do we do this consistently on our own? We use 5 essential, purposeful questions, and you've got to ask them in this exact order. Let's break them down.
Question 1 builds the baseline. What is explicitly shown? Just the facts, nothing else. Question 2 finds the friction. What differs between the two settings?
Question 3 flips it totally around. What stays the same?
Question 4 demands the proof. What specific evidence supports the inference?
And finally, question 5 tests the boundaries of your logic. What new detail would completely change the conclusion?
All right, let's do a quick knowledge check. Think about Maya's quiet archive. Would you call that an observable detail or an inference? Take a second.
If you said observable detail, you nailed it. It's an explicitly stated fact directly from our text model.
Let's try one more check. Which of our 5 questions best supports a fair setting comparison between Maya and Jordan, and exactly why?
You actually need 2 of them. What differs and what stays the same. Why? Because asking both of these guarantees a totally balanced, fair analysis of both locations. First, setting shapes what characters can do. Next, observable details build explicit facts. Finally, inferences are logical conclusions we test by asking our purposeful questions.
Use the student's authorized copy to record 2 setting details, ask 1 comparison question, and write 1 evidence-based comparison about what the setting permits. Ask questions to compare and contrast. Setting. Who can replace a man?